Back to 1989. See how the legendary actors of Decalogue have transformed through the decades. Don't blink, some of these changes will seriously surprise you. Maria Kościołkowska delivered a haunting performance in Decalogue 8, portraying a professor confronted by the Jewish survivor she once refused to help. A pillar of the Athenaeum Theater for decades, she largely avoided mainstream commercial fame to focus on the stage. Now retired, she lives a quiet life away from the camera, leaving behind a legacy defined by subtle, intellectual intensity. Teresa Marchewska anchored the emotional turmoil of Decalogue 9 as a wife navigating her husband's impotence and jealousy. Once the face of Polish moral anxiety cinema in Shivers, her screen appearances became sporadic after the 90s. She eventually shifted focus to dubbing and theater work, maintaining a low profile while occasionally surfacing for smaller supporting roles in television series. Artur Barciś served as the mysterious, silent observer, appearing in 9 episodes, symbolizing fate or divine judgment without speaking a single word. He later shattered that solemn image to become a household name in the hit comedy series Warsaw. Today, he remains one of Poland's busiest actors, balancing massive television fame with directing sold-out theater productions. Aleksander Bardini brought immense gravitas to Decalogue 2 and 4, often playing the wise, weary authority figure. Beyond acting, he was a legendary pedagogue who shaped generations of Polish actors at the Warsaw Academy. Remaining active until the very end, this titan of Polish culture passed away in 1995, leaving a void in the theater world that was never quite filled. Wojciech Klata broke hearts globally as the tragic child prodigy in Decalogue 1, whose death on thin ice questions the existence of God. Instead of chasing adult stardom, he pivoted behind the camera, eventually becoming the director of TVP Kultura. No longer acting, he now shapes cultural discourse in Poland as a high-level media executive and sociologist. Jan Tisars played the crude, unsympathetic taxi driver in Decalogue 5, the victim of a senseless, graphic murder that shocked censors and audiences alike. His brutal on-screen death sparked international debates on capital punishment. He continued a steady career in Polish television series like Clan until his final years, passing away in 2020. Henryk Baranowski portrayed the rationalist father in Decalogue 1, trusting computers over faith until tragedy struck. Primarily a celebrated theater director rather than a film actor, he spent years staging experimental productions across Europe and Russia. He continued his artistic mission as a scenographer and playwright until he passed away in 2013. Maya Komorowska provided the spiritual counterweight in Decalogue 1, famously embracing the grieving father in a silent, tearful church scene. A muse for Wajda and Kieślowski, she became a highly respected professor at the Theater Academy in Warsaw. Now in her late 80s, she remains an active moral authority in Polish culture, occasionally appearing in documentaries. Krystyna Janda, the rebellious violinist of Decalogue 2, is arguably the biggest female star in Polish cinema history, known for Man of Iron. Not content with just acting, she bought a cinema and transformed it into the Polonia Theater, becoming a powerful cultural entrepreneur. She continues to direct and star in sold-out stage productions, defying age with relentless energy. Olgierd Łukasiewicz spent Decalogue 2 in a hospital bed as a dying husband, a stark contrast to his comedic fame in the cult hit Sex Mission. He later channeled his passion into activism, serving multiple terms as the president of the Polish Union of Stage Actors. He remains professionally active, lending his voice to audiobooks and starring in historical dramas. Joanna Szczepkowska played the manipulative ex-lover in Decalogue 3, dragging a family man into a Christmas Eve charade. She is historically immortalized for famously announcing the end of communism on live television in 1989. In recent years, she has pivoted to writing and painting, often stirring controversy with her outspoken column pieces and theatrical provocations. Adriana Biedrzyńska captivated audiences in Decalogue 4 with a nuanced performance skirting the taboo of incest. her life took a dramatic turn when she publicly battled and survived a brain tumor diagnosis in 2014. Having made a full recovery, she actively shares her health journey on social media and tours with traveling theater troupes across Poland. Janusz Gajos delivered a masterclass in ambiguity as the father in Decalogue 4, finally shedding the typecasting of his war hero role in 4 tank men and a dog. He evolved into one of Poland's most decorated actors, winning countless Eagles Awards. He officially retired from stage acting recently, but occasionally lends his legendary gravelly voice to select film projects. Mirosław Baka made a chilling film debut as Jacek in Decalogue 5, enduring a graphically realistic hanging scene that reportedly traumatized the crew. That role defined his career, often leading to typecasting as tough guys and villains in crime dramas. Today, he looks drastically different with silver hair and remains a staple in high-budget Polish action movies. Krzysztof Globisz played the idealistic defense attorney in Decalogue 5, fighting a losing battle against the death penalty. In 2014, he suffered a severe stroke that left him with aphasia, halting his thriving career. Demonstrating incredible resilience, he relearned to speak and returned to the screen, starring in a film written specifically about his recovery journey. Grażyna Szapowowska sizzled as the object of voyeuristic obsession in Decalogue 6, a role that got her fired from the National Theatre for skipping a show to film. Cemented as a timeless sex symbol of Polish cinema, she has since released pop albums and written books. She now embraces a glamorous lifestyle, frequently appearing as a celebrity judge on TV talent shows. Olaf Lubashenko played the shy, voyeuristic postal worker in Decalogue 6, a role that launched him into 90s stardom. He later became a cult comedy director, but disappeared from screens while battling severe depression and obesity. Remarkably, he recently lost over 100 pounds and made a triumphant return to acting, starring in Netflix thrillers with a gritty new look. Piotr Machalica portrayed the torture of male inadequacy as the impotent surgeon in Decalogue 9. Known for his velvet voice and chansons, he served as the artistic director of the Mickiewicz Theatre for over a decade. Tragically, just months after marrying his long-term partner, he died from heart complications related to COVID-19 in 2020. Ewa Błaszczyk appeared in Decalogue 9, but her life was irrevocably altered in 2000 when her daughter fell into a coma after choking on a tablet. She paused her career to build the Alarm Clock Clinic, a pioneering facility for comatose children. She continues to fight for her daughter's awakening while running one of Poland's most vital medical charities. Jerzy Stuhr displayed his comedic brilliance in Decalogue 10 as a brother consumed by greed over a stamp collection. He became a global cinema icon and the beloved Polish voice of Donkey in Shrek. Despite surviving cancer and heart attacks, his final years were marred by a controversial DUI scandal before he passed away in 2024.